Now I'm eating some food and eating more food, and now I'm reading something about cars. I mean, victim arrested after sheriff's deputy crashes into her.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the guy who sent me this article right now, the one who's just munching away.
Mm-hmm.
County took months to clear her name. Really?
Mm-hmm.
A woman in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Oh, okay. There's your first problem right there. Was arrested for drunk driving. Yeah, there's your second. There's your second problem right there.
No. Just keep reading.
After being T-boned by a police officer.
Yep, but you told her for you. The problem with it is, though, he said she was drunk and she was sober.
She was sober and not at fault for the accident. Yet she got T-boned.
Mm-hmm.
Deputy Sheriff Joseph Quillis hit Tanya Waker. I almost call her Wesker. Tanya Wesker. While on patrol.
So pretty sure Thomas Wesker, what?
Around General Mitchell International Airport on February 21st. 21st. Oh my God, I'm eating and hungry and reading something totally off at the same time. I'm doing such a good job here. Mm-hmm. February 20th, 2013, KTLA reported the crash broke her neck in 4 places, leaving her unable to blow into a breathalyzer to take a field sobriety test. Man, that's some bullshit. Deputy Quill said that in the accident report that he made a full stop at the stop sign. Not the stop sign. A full stop at the stop sign. And looked each way before proceeding and did not see Waker's headlights. But security cameras caught Deputy Quills rolling through the stop sign before hitting Waker's Camry. I'm going to keep saying stop sign. Deputy Quills also said he smelled alcohol on Waker's breath. How could you smell it and you were still making a stop sign? On Waker's breath and that her eyes were red and glassy. How do you know? I explained to him my eyes were red and glassy because I was crying, Waker told KTLA. She was placed under arrest for drunk driving while in traction at the hospital, though there was no evidence alcohol was a factor. The county threatened Waker with prosecution if she didn't pay for damages in the crash. Even though the sheriff department knew the good deputy was at fault 2 days afterwards. 5 months later, speeding forward 5 months later and going into Miles Edgeworth. Blood tests showed that she was sober at the crash, but it took 5 months for prosecutors to drop the case against her. She was waiting for the county to help with her medical bills, which may reach $1 million. Waker also filed a complaint against the deputy that arrested her, WTKR reports. Yeah, I should do this like Phoenix Wright. As for the deputy, he was suspended for 9 days for breaking a traffic law, but was never punished for his incorrect statements in the incident report. Objection! He has not worked in the year preceding the accident, has exhausted his injuries pay, and has his retirement application up for review. Objection! Despite being released from the hospital after the crash, after treatment for minor injuries. Well, I'd say that as objection. I object to the derp that just happened because...
What, are you recording now or something?
You just now realize that?
No, I wasn't. I'm just going... Keep going.
That's what I said. And the guy chewing over there is the guy who sent me his article.
Hey, brother, how you doing? Yes. I said it's another article, but I thought it was. I mean, I thought it wasn't really funny, but I thought it was kind of weird that even though she wasn't at fault, if we all know how police officers are in the world, because some of them are kind of
corrupt.
What's the word for it?
Corrupt.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of corrupt. Yes. They get up and go, "You slamming at me? It's your fault." It's like, no.
No. No, we all knew what that deputy
I'm going
wanted.
to arrest you for drunk driving, even though you're sober. Wait, how does that work?
No, really. No, really, it was about the deputy wanted to T-bone her. I said, he wanted to T-bone her. That was the important thing. He wanted to T-bone her. So badly.
That's kind of awkward.
This is the deputy. The deputy don't know any better than the actual sheriff himself.
I don't want to know about the deputy and T-bone. He want to T-bone somebody, man. That's kind of awkward. It's like, the deputy wants a T-boner. What? That's kind of awkward to say that, but okay.
No. I
just think that deputy, he needs to be, he needs to be reevaluated. Then you get up and go, all right, you need to take a driving test. We're gonna put you we're gonna take you to the license place, the DMV, and we're gonna have somebody sit beside you while you drive your car around. Let's see how many cones you slam into.
That is depending on what day you're showing up at the DMV. That's gonna be 500 people later. Because remember, if you go to the DMV, no matter where you are, there's going to be a big-ass line from start to almost all the way around the goddamn street.
Pretty much.
You're going to have a tail, and you're going to end up at the tail.
Pretty much.
Because everybody knows.
Even though the way you said that don't sound right. You're going to wind up at the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tail. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that tail.
Trust me, you're going to have a longer tail than snake rattle and roll. And that's saying something right there. That's saying something, folks. When you go to the DMV, just remember, you better show up really, 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 really early.
But also, as I have to say, but back to the subject at hand, if we had to throw a subject right now, if we had to give this person, the officer, the punishment necessary, I think, like I said before, he needs a reevaluation. They need to basically take him off the wheel for a while.
Especially at the sign.
So yeah, they need to take him off the wheel for a while, let him kind of take some time off from work or something, then let him come on back after a while, after he passed his evaluation.
Well, okay, after that, then remember, okay, this is not Need for Speed Underground, okay? We don't do that Need for Speed GTA Saints Row kind of bullshit. We do not do that.
Yeah, Mr. Officer, you are not 007.
No, man, this is not Nightfire. I'm sorry, this is not 007 Nightfire, okay?
It's like, this is not going on. Calm down.
I'm sorry, sir, this is not Spy Hunter.
Oh, God, Lord. Spy Hunter.
You have nowhere to run.
Pretty much.
Starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I don't care what nobody else says. People say that game is terrible, and I get up and go, it's okay. The drama stages are pretty fun, but the combat is kind of wrestling. That's about it. It's just wrestling all over again. So, hey, got your wrestling. There you go. They should have put in more driving. They should have put in more driving stages. It would have been a much better game.
Because it's Spy Hunter.
Hey, he actually got out the car, which a lot of people wanted. And now he got out the car. People are like, put him back in the car. It's like, make your mind. Cool.
No, I can tell you. That's
Do
like
you want to? Do you want him out or in?
that's like comparing that game to Mad Max on the NES.
Mm,
You
I never,
want him. You want him to drive, or you don't want him to drive.
I never played Mad Max before, so I don't have no clue. I've seen it. I mean, I've seen it,
You've
but I haven't
seen
played.
Mad Max, though, so you
I've
know what I'm
seen it.
talking about.
I've seen this. I kind of went. I never played it before, but yeah, I've seen it before.
It's a lot like Outlander or something like that. Like, oh yeah, you're either gonna go in or out. Which is it?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I'm sorry, but the deputy, you're right. He needs some time off. It's like, okay.
Yep, he needs some time off. He needs an evaluation. Need to give him an evaluation.
I said, okay, go soak somewhere. Go take a chill pill. I think you've been playing too much GTA. Please, for God's sakes, stop playing GTA. That's where you got that Mexican turn from, huh?
I want to surprise myself in there. Alright, well, we're going to give you an evaluation. Alright, I want you to sit down here. In order to become a police officer, you must play 20 hours of GTA. 20 hours later. Alright, you have now passed the test. Congratulations, you're a police officer now.
You are now a police officer again. Here's your badge, and here's your
Here's your badge, and here's your gun. Remember, if anybody talks crap, you shoot him in the leg.
You don't T-bone a car, okay? We find that very, very, very disheartening that you had to T-bone a car.
Pretty much, yes.
Fender benders, they're okay. T-boning, that's bad. That's bad, okay?
Oh God, now he did him.
Alright, students, this is what we're going to do. We are not going to T-bone a car, okay? We're going to do something totally, totally different. We are going to Mexican turn a car, okay?
I think you gotta say okay, not okay, but whatever.
No, this is what you're supposed to do, okay?
You gotta also sound really, really bored too. That's what he sounds like. Alright, students, okay? We gotta make sure not to T-bone any cars, okay?
You got to sound real nasally. Yeah, he's real nasally. I say, what you gotta do is you gotta sound like this, okay? And what you're not supposed to do is you're not supposed to T-bone a car, okay?
Oh God, how long has the video been going for? It's like, oh God, how long has the video been going for?
Mr. Deputy, please raise your hand in the form of a question, okay?
Oh God. And please don't let your answer be Danky Gang.
It's Mexican!
Who is Danky Gang? Who is what?
Who is Sonic? What is Sonic? What is Sonic? Good question. What is Sonic?
It's Sonic.
It's the 420 version of Sonic.
Alright, okay, class, we want you to fill in this video game character. Super Blank Brothers. Super Meteor! What? Meteor! Meteor? Yeah, Merio. Meteor.
Turn in your badge. Turn in your badge. I'm sorry, folks, but if ever you would see an episode of Jeopardy in which somebody says they don't know what Super Mario Brothers is, turn in your badge.
Hey. If that was a fake question, when somebody says, "What is blue? Runs real fast and collects rings," and somebody goes, "What is Danky Gang?"
Turn in your badge. Turn in your badge. You'll be like that deputy. Turn in your badge. Turn in your badge. What you're going to do is you're going to have to go to the board. Right. I will play Super Mario Brothers straight from 1 to 8, 50 times. You're going to start from World 1, and you're going to run through World 8. Okay? You're not going to use any kind of warp zones. You are going to have to run through the game straight out. I don't care how good you are, you're going to just go straight. Yes, sir, Mr. Sheriff.
That's all I got to say about it, so whatever else you want to say, is it?
I didn't shoot the sheriff, but I did shoot that deputy.
The word is saved by easy. Do not fair, use your breath of fire incorporate.
Not to mention the fact that it has no mistakings on RCO Enterprises whatsoever.